Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and we have many interesting things to cover here. I got a lot on the a lot of follow-up on all of these SEC, the Robert Jackson videos that I've been putting out. There's some feedback from some smart people in XRP land, and I wanted to show you this to start. Remember when BitBoy made the prediction that the SEC Ripple lawsuit would be resolved by mid-September? Well, he's doubling down on his prediction. Here we go.
Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson, they've asked for the discovery in the case to be pushed back to November 21st. And a lot of people have been saying, well, BitBoy, I heard that you said this was going to be over by the middle of September. And I think it still is going to be. I asked about that this morning. I said, look, this doesn't look good if they're saying that, this is going to extend all the way until, November of this year. How's it going to be September? That's 2 months later. And what I was told is basically the legal system right now is dragging their feet, but everything is still the plan. Right now, what's going on is a lot of stuff behind the scenes that we're not seeing. The plan is still the middle of September. So that's pretty bold for me to say that at this point. I'm pretty confident in that information, but I'm not 100% confident on it, like I am on some other things that we've told you. I'm 90% confident in this, and the reason for that is because we're involving the SEC here, and it's a constantly evolving situation that we don't know exactly what's going to happen, but the plan is still for this thing to be over by the middle of September, and I think we are still going to see that. I think that this SEC email is very damning for them, and this could be maybe the final straw to kind of get things going in the right direction.
I think the SEC email is damning, but I think that the Robert what's-his-face videos are 10 times more damning for a lot of reasons. Okay, this is from Mr. Intuitive, who only is into Troomers. He's Troomers only. And he's the official cool guy of the Digital Asset Investor channel. He brought something to my attention that I had no idea. Many times on this channel, we have shown the XRP Richlist stats. And this is from Vitze Vind, who's the XRP Ledger developer, who also, I think he's funded by Ripple, or he works for Ripple. But this shows you the top 0.01% of accounts. In all my time of doing this channel, I have never seen this. This basically shows you, it's supposed to kind of reflect the buying. Like here, it shows that, in these three categories, that these buyers, like in the 10%, top 10% of XRP holders, they've been buying the 5%, the 4%, but it shows the 0.01% on the rich list. I don't know what in the world that is. Now that could be some kind of a glitch, but I can just tell you this. I've never seen that before. Don't know what that is. Now, you remember from the Robert Jackson videos, this was one of the videos that I had clipped out. And I wanted to show you something. This is the YouTube video that I took it from. The channel is called Master, but there's Chinese writing. SEC Commissioner Robert J. Jackson. I worry SEC is afraid to take affirmative actions from November 19th, 2019. Well, when that is in Chinese, with what we know about the ties of Jay Clayton and Bill Hinman, how they represented Chinese firms, that caught my attention. So I looked in the description of the video. It says Yuan Media Channels, of all things, for it to be called that. But I think they have a branch in DC. I don't think he was in China. I think this is him, but I noticed that there were some people that looked like they might be Chinese. But I think that this is the U.S. branch of this company. Somebody said this is the United Nations. I don't know. But the point is he's talking to some people that are a part of a Chinese company, which I thought was kind of interesting. Okay, John Deaton's law firm had retweeted this. This person was replying to one of my videos. If 14 weeks is too far into the future in crypto space, why would the Howey test be relevant today? Very clear that SEC intentionally left it unclear so they can benefit from the gray area. Oh, so many snakes. And then John Deaton's law firm says, correct. A clear SEC rule in 2019 would be relevant in 18 months, but a 1946 court decision off a 1933 law somehow fully applies to cryptocurrencies, blockchain architecture, and digital assets. I love how these smart people are, because that's all I wanted to accomplish. I want to put out their own words and then let the smart lawyers and people on Twitter and everywhere else give us some really good insight to this. Crypto law, here's another one from John Deaton's law firm. From the SEC's complaint against Ripple, economic reality dictates that XRP purchasers have no choice but to rely on Ripple's efforts for success or failure of their investment. Meanwhile, the response from economic reality is this guy tweeting out he just bought some stock using XRP. FinCEN declared XRP a currency back in 2015. I used that currency to buy some equities. So it looks like he bought some he bought Link2 shares for $2 a share. Cool. Okay, Jungle Inc. Now, for those of you that don't know, Jungle Inc. is probably, I think it's the first YouTube channel that I ever watched before I started my YouTube channel. Jungle Inc. literally was an inspiration. Part of the reason was I remember him talking about XRP and what he thought it was. And I can remember like it was yesterday. I could probably even show you the exact video. It was like a picture of a pool and some waterfalls or something. And I remember him talking, and I was just sitting there going, this guy, this is what I've been thinking, what he's saying right here. And it was kind of like a confirmation for me at the time that I'm not so crazy. I think there's other people that think this is what I think it is. Well, he posted this video, which is a clip from the video I did this morning. Sometimes you have to fight it out a bit to settle fine details. This court case is not because Ripple is bad. It's the exact opposite. Ripple has been working with the SEC in a transparent manner, head of the class. Watch this. Let me do a refresh here.
I think it's better for an emerging technology like this to set some standards. And Stu, I know you agree because you work at Ripple, one of the leaders in the industry, actually one of the firms that has been crucial to the forming of standards around the various securities law questions, et cetera. And how did we get from here to there? Because you guys can call Hinman and Val and all the other amazing people who do what they do and get answers to your questions.
The SEC sued Ripple after he said that, which, I mean, it shows you how crazy all this is. Now, with all this Hinman stuff going around, I wanted to remind you, and I went back to the Hinman speech. And if you look at the Hinman Ethereum speech, after the speech, he walked over and sat down with the guy from Yahoo Finance, and he started talking. So I added this, and I wanted to remind you, this is a Brad Garlinghouse quote. Hinman filed a sworn affidavit in court saying the SEC still has not taken any position or expressed a view on Ethereum's status. Okay? Watch this.
I think the chairman and the SEC has been following this area carefully. They've been watching developments. I think we've been careful not to react too quickly or to overreact to things. And we, in the case of Ether, as we see it develop, as we interact with market participants who are engaged in Ether transactions, we keep gathering information. And at some point we say to ourselves, well, this is something that we should make clearer in its current state.
So it's something we should make clear in its current state. And he ends this by saying that they wanted to provide guidance. Okay, so he's in essence here admitting he didn't just go out there to that microphone and this is my personal opinion. This was part of their plan.
Value regulating that. So we're trying to be transparent and practical as we provide more guidance.
Of all the many things that I'm proud to have worked with Jay Clayton on, I am most proud of what the team did to get out ahead of the ICO issue, to be clear that we were going to be forceful about the limits of the law. I think that was difficult as a matter of leadership for Jay to do it. I think it was the right thing to do. I think the team that he put in place did it just right, and I'm very proud of him. Now that we've gotten past that part, people are asking the very logical next set of questions, which is, okay, now I know what not to do. Help me understand how to do this right. And we're working on it. Hinman gave his speech. Val is meeting with people 5 days a week. We're really working on moving that conversation forward.
That little clip right there from Robert Jackson should go down in history. I can't even imagine a scenario where the judge of this case, if she gets to see that, which I can't imagine that she's not going to see that, it's laid out right there. It's plain as day. This is anybody with a half a brain can figure this out. And you don't have to be a lawyer to figure this out. This is simple. This is common sense stuff. Now, speaking of lawyers, Jeremy Hogan, there comes a time in a man's life when they feel like they can truly speak their mind. Mark Cuban has reached that time. The message is true. Unclear regulations harm the very people the SEC is supposed to protect. And this is that tweet we showed you from Mark Cuban yesterday. I had already shown you this, and I appreciated Jeremy Hogan being nice and saying that about me. But look, this is interesting right here. How do videos you find on the internet hold up in court, or videos from third parties? For example, Ripple wants to use the video digital asset investor found. Would it be allowed? Jeremy Hogan says a video or picture either has to be authenticated, stipulated to, or fall under an exception. It would take some work, and it's not something you can do last minute, but Ripple could probably get a video like this into evidence if it wanted. Now, this is a great summary from Neat's Bucks. Thoughts on the SEC and digital asset investor latest clips. The SEC does not want to give guidance on crypto because it will make law, and that is not their job. It's Congress. Yet the SEC via Hinman gave guidance on Ethereum in 2018. The SEC then told market participants to refer to that same guidance. We have the video. Yet in court, SEC says that was not guidance, that it was a personal opinion of Hinman. But we know this is not true, as the SEC confirmed and referred people to that speech. What we have is SEC talking out of both sides of its mouth. They're afraid to give guidance, so they give it and then claim it's not what it is. Interestingly, their guidance only helped Bitcoin and Ethereum, no one else. The same Ethereum alliance Hinman's firm is in. While I could understand the SEC blaming Congress and just doing their job, clearly we are past that excuse, as the SEC sloppily left a trail of video evidence showing that they were in fact giving guidance. Judge Netburn needs to now do the job of the courts and interpret all of this. Ripple has a great case. The SEC has contradicted itself blatantly, and we have the proof. No reasonable person could understand what they claim they are doing. There was no fair notice. This is the crux of it. No fair notice, folks. I mean, that's it. Based on everything I've read Jeremy Hogan and John Deaton talk about, the fair notice defense is everything, and there was no fair notice. I'm putting it on this thumbnail. No fair notice. Okay? And I'll probably put the plan on there because I thought that was funny. He kept calling it the BitBoy, kept calling it the plan. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family. No fair notice. Thank you for listening.